very fast in that in giving attention to that stimulus. So your the level of your attention, so what you really felt in a particular stimulus within a particular situation upon which that particular leader finds himself, what he will do is to follow those instincts first according to the tradition of that organization or a place where that place or that leader found himself. So as a Dominic, you have to ensure that you consider what people feel in a social impressive model, like for instance in a social media, or you have a congress, or you listen, you have a social media outlet, or let me say a radio unit in your place, or television. Those responses, those things that is happening in that society upon which the leader find himself, his ability to develop that pre-planned method of responding, which is more of let me should I say leaders to an extent need to be, can I call them, maybe they ought to be people that are critical in reasoning. Let me call it you should be creative in reasoning. And when you are a leader, the creativity in you is what give people that you're leading hope that there is better tomorrow. So how did you first of all consider what you plan reading, or what you plan considering? Depends on what is happening. Depends on where you are and where you are leading. Consider those essential things that they are needed at that particular point. Is it an area of you in trying to make it sure that you are following peace before development? Because to keep an organization is more important than doing things in the organization just to keep your name and the organization dies. So what if keeping the organization first before you talk about keeping your name? Because if you are keeping the organization to be in unity, you are also keeping your name as to be remembered, even in the blessed memory. So always you can feature unity, fostering unity and cohesion among members of a particular organization where you find yourself as a leader, and tackle that particular. It is more primary and basic than saying you want to do a project for people that are not in unity, because the project will never reach to the people because there is no what unity. So unity ought to be fostered, and that leader must have the characteristics of you know putting people together, reasoning, meeting strategic opinion providers within that environment or within that organization. Can be stakeholders. That leader must seek for counseling. A leader ought to be advised as well. A leader, that is why sometimes if you're a leader or you're a governor or a president, you say you have SA, special advisor. After special advisor, you have personal advisor. So sometimes we used to say that we are trying to increase the level of um, functions in governance. See, the basic idea that we should have so many functions, so many people, so many SA is because if by right we realize that we have more than 100 languages in this place, so we have more than 100 people of cultural background in that organization, and the culture of those people also play role even though they go back to where you're really there. And for instance in a school session, or in a, let me call it, if you are a governor, if you are anything, you should remember that everybody in every place have their own specific what cultural background oriented what problems. So those problems must be within that region, and it is somebody that is an advisor that come from that place that can easily advise according to the culture of those environment where the leader find himself. It doesn't end there. It can still go into trying to, after so many PAs or essays which are under advisory which I'm not against, but we should also ensure that knowing too well that those people have culture, we should still talk about social oriented culture, that not only your own primary culture, you can still mix up with others of vast culture, and because of your cultural, your inculturation into these people's culture, you will not be able to identify problems of those people even in their place. And possibly you as an alien that you want to lead them as a Dominic, is for you to ensure that you discover the same, you align with them, make friends among them, look for the stakeholders, align positively without bringing first your own interest, because a leader mustn't be selfish. A leader must not be self-centered. A leader would like others to grow as well. So this skill of cohesive growth in leadership should be something that some leaders should go into. At least try to develop people around you so that you can also produce other leaders. Because leaders ought to be, in fact, leadership is just like a, in fact, it is a core upon which you must find yourself within that arena in the society to ensure things are kept together, things are meticulously done, that without hasty. The leader must have what we call a pros and cons decision making aspect of life before you take decision, using the positive and negative implication of that decision. And when you go into that decision, what should that decision foster to the people? If really it is implemented as a policy, will it cause harm or will it be of use, of good use? So if it is very very beneficial to the people will now consider it as something that is. But sometimes leaders ought to take some decisions that may not be socially cohesive oriented. I mean, sometimes you look what is good and bad as a good leader. You foster, in fact, your decision now should supersede others because you are the one that trying to put things together. You know the problem that might come after making either positive or negative decision, and if the impact of that decision, if